Hey guys, and welcome on into today's college basketball pick video play for Saturday, November 11th, 2017. To get all of our college basketball plays, you can check those out over at stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description, and be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. So heading into today's action, we're going to be talking about this matchup here on a neutral court between Kent State, the Golden Flashes, and the Youngstown State Penguins. Francisco Santiago is listed as probable here for Youngstown State. We are expecting him to play, so keep that in mind when we make our play in this one and who we like against this spread. So Kent State coming to this one as about 5.5-point favorites. Last year, Kent State made a surprise run to the NCAA tournament as they got hot at the right time of year, which is always an exciting thing for these mid-major teams when they get into their conference tournament, not thinking that they've had the kind of regular season needed to get into March Madness, but then getting hot, making a run, and going on to win their conference tournament as they stole that bid from the MAC. The MAC actually had some pretty strong teams in it last year. Unfortunately for the league, they only got one bid from Kent State. They fell in the first round, but they're going to be trying to build off of that coming into this year. The Golden Flashes are picked to finish in a similar position in the MAC East, about 3rd to 4th, somewhere in that range, after going 10-8 overall in conference play during last regular season, which put them in a similar spot to where they're projected to be this year. Kent State brings back 3 starters, and the Golden Flashes will look to a guy like Jalen Walker, who was the MAC League Tournament MVP a season ago, to build off of the success he showed down the stretch. He really became their go-to guy last year, and that should be really helpful for this group overall. Coming into the year, they know that they have that go-to guy coming in right out of the gate to get things started. Kent State also bring back starters Avery and Peterson, but each of these guys averaged just about 5 points per game last year, so not huge offensive contributors. They're going to be looking to do a little bit more this year as well. Switching on over to the other team, the Youngstown State Penguins. They were a very fun team to watch last year, even though they didn't win a lot of games. This is a team that played very quickly, and they're a difficult matchup as a result of that, especially in the non-conference, going against opponents that aren't necessarily used to playing at the kind of breakneck speed that Youngstown State likes to play with. They bring in a new head coach, and actually they're looking to push the ball even faster than they did last year, and I don't even know how that's possible, but if it is possible, this is going to be a very fun team to watch and a very difficult matchup, especially against mid-major oppositions and during the non-conference like this game here for the Penguins against Kent State. The guys to look out for are obviously Francisco Santiago, the guy we mentioned at the beginning who looks like he's going to be able to go today. And also, of course, Cameron Morris. He's one of the best players in the Horizon. He averaged about 23 points per game last year, and we'd be surprised if he didn't average even more points this year. He's a guy that can get his shot in a number of ways, and he'll have the ability to go on to potentially be the conference player of the year in the Horizon. The one thing that might hold him back from that is the fact that Youngstown State isn't expected to compete in the top tier of the conference, but they do have one of the best backcourts in the league, and maybe that can lead them to a bit more success this year in conference play. So Kent State, they might be slightly better in terms of their overall talent from top to bottom in comparison to Youngstown State, but it's not all that much of a difference, and we feel like the matchup advantages that the Penguins could have here, especially in the first game of the regular season with the breakneck speeds that they play at, could be tough for Kent State to keep a consistent lead needed to go on to cover a spread of this size. So we are going to go ahead and side with Youngstown State on the neutral court here, getting the 5.5 points with the best player on the board or on the court today being on their side of things with Cameron Morris. And that's going to be our play here, guys, siding with Youngstown State getting those 5.5 points. So, again, if you want all of our college basketball plays, we have 5 up against the spread for today's action. You can check those out over at stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description. And be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping on in, and we hope to see you guys in future videos. Bye.